How do executives create next level success? By living in the now. You know that I'm a leader coach. I offer spiritual mentoring to executives, career focused business leaders, and influential leaders across the globe. And one thing I've noticed is that all of us humans are usually caught up in focusing on the future, sometimes fearful thoughts, worrisome thoughts. How am I going to ever do that thoughts? Because I work with people who have very daunting, exciting goals. Or maybe they don't even have the clarity they want on their dream. So that creates some anxiety and they're stuck in the future. Or they're stuck in the past, concerning themselves, and I've done this too, with decisions that you've made in the past, or how you haven't proven to yourself you're capable in the past, and you bring that into your present, and it creates anxiety for your future. So this tool up here, your thoughts, actually starts ruling you, and you become this marionette that's obedient to your thoughts, these unconscious things swirling around. And you're supposed to be the master, my friend. You're supposed to be the master of these thoughts. And when you become the master, they become your tool and you steer your thoughts instead of them controlling you. That is the magic of being in the present. And it's the magic that executives and career focused leaders and creative entrepreneurs that I work with on a regular basis have learned to harness, and you can too. So here's the first step. What I want you to do after I have water. Cool new bracelet from my aunt. If you saw my post yesterday, it's from the London Art Museum, I think. Anyways, love it. So cool. The first thing that I want you to do is I want you to play a game where you start listening and observing your thoughts. So no longer are you going to be concerned with self-doubt or anxiety, fears, or just, I don't know how to do that thoughts about the future, or regrets from the past that are eating up your energy and stopping you from being able to live in the now, be present, and take really powerful action to create the future you want. You want to just start observing the thoughts that you're thinking, like a game where you are this higher power that gets to look in and see what's happening. I want you to play that game and just start noticing what comes up. In the book, The Power of Now, Mr. Tolle talks about, he calls this it's a gap. I think it's the mind gap, but you call it the freedom, the free gap, where your attention comes into the now and you start being more present and you feel more peace and more freedom because you're starting to notice what you're thinking instead of what you're thinking controlling you because you're unconscious of it. Once you're there and you can access that peacefulness from which to think the thought that you want to, that would create the new result that you want in your life, then you have power, instantaneous power. And you're starting to act like the person who you love being, right? That version of yourself that maybe that has gone missing. I know there's been a time in my life when that version of Amy, who I love to be and show up as in the world, had gone missing. And if you find yourself in that place today where that version of you is missing, you can get her back. You can get him back. You can start putting on new shoes and acting in a way that will create the result you want for your future. So you're going to start reconstructing your identity by harnessing your thoughts. And the first step is to play this game with yourself, where you're noticing the thought, but you're not identifying with it. You're not saying that thought is me, or that thought is fact. That thought is reality. You're just thinking, oh, interesting thought. Isn't it interesting that I've been thinking that thought for over a year now or over a decade? Isn't it interesting that I don't have the result I want in my life? Could they be connected? So you are not your thought and you are not your pattern. This is a really important aspect to remember, point to remember. You are not your thought. You are not your pattern. And you can always choose a new thought and therefore a new resulting pattern. Powerful. The present moment is all that we have. We're not in control of the future and we're not in control of changing the past. So we can control who we are in this moment, our thoughts in this moment, the action we choose to take in this moment. You and I have that power. So think of the Wright brothers. I think it was early 1900s. They came up with this idea that they'd like to be able to fly through the sky. Right? Can you imagine if you were a bystander or a family or friend and you heard their idea? You'd probably think they were pretty out there, maybe crazy. You might think they would come up with an invention in their wildest dreams that could find the solution to actually propel them into the air without dying, or you might not believe in them. So what they harnessed, this ability to focus on the now, was very crucial to them being able to invent a powered machine that was going to be able to sustain flight. And they did it because they weren't focusing their thoughts on, well, what if it crashes? Well, what if we're not able to think of all of the details we need to, and we forget an important one, and that causes malfunctions in the flight? They weren't thinking about the past. Well, we've never done this. That means we can't do what we're thinking of. It's just a dream. We don't have the capacity. We didn't grow up in the right family. We don't have the education to build an aircraft like this. What if they were focusing on that? They would not have been able to create this amazing, world-changing, culture-shifting invention. They focused their effort and their attention on now. What thoughts do I need to create that? I'm in control of this, therefore I'm able to do that, and I will focus my attention here and now and be present. What action will I take today to create that new result? And you have that power too. Another one of my clients was a pilot, and he wanted to create next level success in his personal life. So sometimes I'm working with my executive clients and my leadership clients on their career dreams that are connected with their personal lives. And this certain client wanted more fulfilling romantic connection, wanted a partner to be able to have adventure with and fun with, and wanted to have that deep soul connection. And one thing that was standing in his way was an ability to communicate his emotions so that others would respect them, an ability to communicate his limits so that he would feel respect and understanding in the relationship and be able to have that connection. And for a while, he was focused way too much on the past. You know, some of us grow up in families where expressing our emotions is seen as a weakness, and our families just won't accept open communication, and there's judgment around it and shame. So he had to break off those old beliefs and old family patterns and stop focusing on the past and start focusing on reconstructing his thought life and identity and actions now, so that he could have alignment. Just like when you go to the chiropractor or you go to someone for health help, you have that physical alignment. Well, working with me it's like a spiritual chiropractic adjustment where I give you homework and challenges to apply the mindset and the practical work all in one bundle so you can get results. No matter what success you want to create for yourself, you can. And the power that you need to harness is focusing on the present now, because that's what you have control over. So focus your energy there and watch yourself create a brand new, fully satisfying future, even with one new thought of what was possible and an agreement with a new agreement and commitment to a new pattern today, you can create a new, exciting, and fulfilling tomorrow. Please invite someone to join us in the House of Impact, my private Facebook group where you're watching this. If you're not watching this and you haven't accessed my community, please join us. You can also get access to my happiness checklist at no cost. I created it just for you. And if you're ready to hop in and you're serious and you're an action taker and you're no longer waiting to wait for your dream to come to you, you want to save time and speed up the process, I would love to help you feel fully successful and happy, healthy in all areas of your life. And I know I can help. So reach out and we'll schedule a 20-minute strategy session. I have a special that I'm offering in August. If you'd like to hear about it, please contact me very soon because we're nearing the end of August and it will end September 1st. Have a wonderful day and go out and focus on who you want to be in the present and focus your thoughts on the now to create next level success for yourself. Love ya.